Okay, so real quick, something else the Lord has been highlighting to me over the last few days, and I've actually seen this play out since He started telling me the wages of sin is death. And so I was just hearing it, and I'm thinking, like, oh, okay, consequences. But now I'm realizing when He tells me that, or when He starts to highlight that scripture to me, He is telling me that somebody is about to, I don't want to say suffer consequences, but they're about to suffer some consequences. I am the type, and I look back over these last years and I'm like, you know what? I feel like everybody who did me scandalous, God showed me what was going to happen to them in the spirit. He showed me what they were going to do, like after they did it. And so no matter what area somebody attacked in your life, how they attacked you, when they sowed that seed, they guaranteed a harvest of that coming back. And I can speak from a place of going through my own consequences. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to, like, I'm not wishing bad on nobody. I don't ever wish bad on nobody, because I need to put that somewhere. But I don't have to pray for nobody's downfall, because I already recognize if they try me, especially if they try me in a particular way, after I really started surrendering my life to the Lord, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm anointed now. Like, He anointed me, like, for real, like the oil is dripping. I don't have to pray for their downfall, because I can see clearly they are already down, right? But even before that, I never hoped or prayed for bad things to happen to anybody. I recognize I'm just a very empathetic person. I don't want nothing to happen to nobody that I wouldn't want to happen to myself. I only want good things to happen to me. So what do I do in the lives of others? Wish good things for them. But I will say, in this last round of cuts, it was a couple moments where it was like, and I hope you get everything coming to you, though, because I recognize they sowed so many evil, wicked seeds into my life, right? And so, couple things. Remember, they might not necessarily get it themselves, but in one situation, somebody who was supposed to look out for me and did not, and betrayed me, God showed me that their daughter was going to have a very, very, very bad accident. Now, in the dream, I didn't know if that meant like a really bad accident, or like, cars represent life. So I knew that. And I don't remember if He showed me that before or after I forgave them. But I do know He usually don't show me until my heart is like in the right place. And then I start praying, But even when I pray, that don't change nothing. Now, her daughter was also hateful towards me. And I can see that playing out like that. That's why, and I don't like to speak on things like that, because then people call you a witch and say you wishing bad on. Ain't nobody no witch. Ain't nobody wishing bad on nobody. God just showed me, because I have a good heart. In another instance, this lady was trying to get me removed from my job, fired. Guess what happened to her? Exactly. And then we already know what be happening when it comes to relationships and stuff. But I will say this, in my season of getting my own consequences, and that's what I pray everybody understands, I didn't get out of my consequences for the seeds I sowed, or for my rebellion, or for my misalignment, right? Because God holds us all accountable. I had consequences. So in a particular dream, and I had this dream when I moved in this house, and Jesus was correcting me. Jesus was getting me back on track, going the right direction, the right way. But He actually pulled me over. And I will argue, I don't know who need to hear this, my flesh was in control in that time of my life, okay? So He pulled me over. He was so loving, so kind. He saved me, but He still wrote me a ticket. And it was a very hefty fine, right? Because the wages of sin is always going to be death. Something is going to have to die. I'm not saying you got to die, because you really can't say that, because then people are going to think you're a witch. But if they attack your finances, guess what's going to happen? Their finances are going to be attacked. And if their finances are attacked, guess what's going to happen to their children? That seed that they sowed is going to come back and grow somewhere. You get what I'm saying? They attack your relationship. Guess what's going to happen? They attack your health. Guess what's going to happen? That area of their life is going to experience death for them or the generations behind them. Okay? That's what people got to understand. That's why you got to pray for your enemies. Pray for your enemies' innocent kids. Because why am I suffering the consequences of decisions somebody made before me? That's crazy. But even in His saving grace, even in His kindness, His love, His mercy, your girl still got a ticket. So nobody gets to escape that. We are all going to reap the harvest of what we sow. So for some, you're going to notice when He's promoting you and doing different things in your life, you about to see some of your enemies in the previous season get that harvest. Some people don't get it for years later. Some people get it kind of quickly, but you're going to see that. And I always feel like that's a test of our hearts, okay? So always pray for them, but no, even you praying, that ain't finna stop nothing God finna do, because he gonna have to issue that ticket to them. He gonna have to issue that fine to them. There is going to be a consequence. There is a price to pay. The wages of sin is death, okay? I'm hearing all types of stuff in my hair right now. Let me just stop this video.